Look up at the night sky, my friend. For millennia, that red dot mesmerized us. We desperately wanted to believe we were not alone. In 1877, an Italian astronomer saw lines on Mars and called them canali. But a simple translation error turned channels into canals. Suddenly, humanity was convinced. An advanced, dying alien civilization was building vast waterways to survive. We dreamed of our older, wiser cosmic brothers, but the cosmos is indifferent to our dreams. In July 1965, the Mariner 4 probe sent back the truth. No cities, no canals, just a dead, freezing wasteland scarred with craters. The temperature was a bone-chilling minus 153 degrees Celsius. The dream of life was crushed overnight. But the story wasn't over. Decades later, our robotic explorers, like Curiosity and Perseverance, touched the dirt. They didn't find aliens, but they found something just as profound: fossilized river deltas and the chemical building blocks of life. Billions of years ago, Mars was not a desert. It was a blue water world, a twin to our Earth, complete with a vast ocean. So if Mars was once so alive, what killed it? If Mars was once a vibrant blue world just like our Earth, what caused the greatest climate catastrophe in the solar system? Let us open the cosmic crime scene. The prime suspect was always the Sun. The Sun constantly emits a deadly stream of charged particles called the solar wind. Without a shield, this cosmic sandblaster can strip a planet bare. But why was Mars defenseless while Earth survived? The answer lies deep underground. 4 billion years ago, the liquid iron heart of Mars stopped beating. Being smaller than Earth, its core cooled down too fast. The planetary dynamo died, and its protective magnetic shield simply vanished. But here is the magnificent twist. Scientists realized the solar wind couldn't have stolen the entire atmosphere. The sky didn't just escape into the dark void, it was buried alive. As the planet cooled, water reacted with iron-rich rocks. In a spectacular betrayal by its own geochemistry, Mars absorbed its own sky. The vast, thick atmosphere was chemically locked away into solid minerals deep beneath the dust. The sky is still there, my friend, trapped under our boots. Which means we might be able to release it. Now that we know the sky of Mars is buried in its soil, humanity holds the terrifying power to play gods, to resurrect a dead world. Forget the old, brutal ideas of dropping nuclear bombs on the ice caps. The new plans are far more elegant. Imagine fleets of ultralight solar sails navigating space to reflect the sun's heat directly onto the Martian poles, melting the ice and releasing trapped gases. But to stop the solar wind from blowing this new atmosphere away, NASA scientists propose building a massive artificial magnet, 1 million kilometers away in space, acting as a giant invisible shield for the whole planet. But terraforming an entire planet takes millennia. What if we start small today? The secret weapon isn't a machine, it's glass and life. We can use silica aerogel, a bizarre material that is 97% air. A tiny layer of it can block deadly radiation while trapping heat, creating local greenhouse islands without any power source. And the toxic soil? We will send an army of mutant microbes. By using CRISPR gene editing, we can program extreme Earth bacteria to literally eat the toxic Martian dirt and spit out breathable oxygen. We are designing the architects of a new Eden. We dream of walking on a green, breathing Mars, but nature, my friend, is not so easily tamed. The reality of Mars is a nightmare. The very dust beneath your feet is a toxic cocktail. It is soaked in corrosive perchlorates that destroy the human thyroid. This microscopic dirt can bypass your lungs and enter your bloodstream. And the invisible killer? Radiation. With levels 50 times higher than Earth, living on Mars means having a dosimeter in your pocket forever, living in a state of permanent risk. But the greatest danger isn't to us, it is to Mars itself. What if, buried deep in that toxic dirt, there is a single native microbe? A second independent tree of life? Introducing our Earth biology would wipe them out completely. Terraforming wouldn't be a grand act of creation. It would be an act of planetary genocide. Should we reshape a pristine alien world just because we can? Perhaps the true purpose of dreaming about Mars is not to abandon our home, but to understand it. By learning how impossibly hard it is to breathe life into a dead rock, we finally realize the immense, fragile miracle of the living world we already have. Look after our Earth. It is the only one we've got.